back now. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack now. I'm real proud.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an NFC wildcard matchup between the Washington football team and the Seattle Seahawks. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny, and he'll hope that this is not a sign of what... What's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
14.
They go play action with Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm here all day. Slam.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 25-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. But how about the execution? On the handoff, most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well, otherwise it's a fumble.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Wilson gets rid of it quickly, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Prescott to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat. uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A gain of 3, second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Jerome Baker.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
In for the Seattle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Gibson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at his 49-yard
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football. On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he finds McLaurin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Gibson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Gay's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
For this life, I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet.
56. Let's go. Switch.
Play action. It's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Jet sweep to try to pick it up. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 4th down, here's the option. They throw it out right complete, but he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high power.
And I think the ball's out. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
56 to Mott, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the...
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. 56 is the mic. I'm on. White 50. Tempo.
Throwing again, Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. Myers' kick is good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
On the play, but it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
55.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's good.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
first down and goal to go.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Go. 14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And this offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Seahawks 38. Washington.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Prescott now. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
On the play. First down, Washington.
Prescott. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack there by Rasheem Green. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
By number 12.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, and now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Touch 50.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson, and he finds Penny. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
They go play action now. Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Seahawks 52, Washington 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to
Robert Foster, 71 yards. And Washington able to get a score back. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Makes the score Seahawks 52, Washington 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go, D. Anxious.
Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing. Prescott. Throw left side complete. It's Love.
Prescott's pass.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. For the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is taken around the 12.
Today's final score, Seahawks 52, Washington 10.